year was 1846. It was a time I'll never forget. Not many of us would. It was the year 87 men, women, and children banded together and tried to cross this country by wagon train. A lot happened to us on that journey, and many people have asked questions of me. Questions that are not easy to answer about why we did what we did as we followed the trail to California. My name is James Reed, and this is our story.
Quiet! Can I have your attention, please? Please, quiet. Now, if you'll just keep still, give me a chance to go over this here tally. I'll let you know which one of these two fine gents you done elected captain of this here wagon train. Mr. James Reed? Yeah! Or Mr. George Donner? It's going to be Captain George Donner.
Hold on a minute, Kaiser. Where do you think you're going?
Well, Mr. Reed, I'm going to California, just like the rest of you.
Not with us. We banished you for robbing Indian graves.
Bet you did, Mr. Eddie, but I forgive you for it. So you and Mr. Reed here can be the first to welcome me back.
You broke our laws, Kaiser. I thought you were told to join up with another train.
Just a moment, James. I sent for Kaiser.
You?
Yes, me.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Schneider.
He's trouble, George. Back there on the plains, he could have gotten us all killed for robbing that burial site.
Oh, James, you and I have been friends too long a time to go against each other now. Don't worry about Kaiser. I'll vouch for his behavior.
All right, George. You're the captain. But I still think it's a mistake.
That's not our only mistake. Mr. Donner, some of us are not too happy about the route you plan to follow.
You know, this new trail's going to save us hundreds of miles.
Mr. Donner, please. Just before we reach California, there's the Sierra Nevada mountains. The snows there can reach 20, 30 feet.
It's no laughing matter, George. We're not mountain men. Most of us are merchants, tradesmen, farmers. We know nothing about living in the wilderness or making our way through unknown territory. At least Bill has some experience.
Gentlemen, there's great opportunity in California. The land is good. We're going to be rich men if we get there fast enough.
George, the steer's ready.
Oh, thank you, Tamsin. You heard, gentlemen, the steer's ready. Come on, join us.
James, if you decide to follow the old trail, I go with you.
Bill, we have to stick together. All of us. We need each other for what lies ahead.
Others will come with us. McCutcheon voted for you for captain. Charlie Stanton. Reed, you know I'm right.
Bill, if you want to go ahead, I can't stop you. But George Donner and I have too many bonds. I can't desert him now.
I'll stick with you, James.
The days and nights passed slowly as we had to push through terrain much tougher and more dangerous than any of us had expected.
Yeah, let's clear the way.
The further we went, the harder it became. Wagons began to break down, and many were forced to leave their possessions behind.
You're concerned.
It's taking much too long to move through these mountains. I'm beginning to think I never should have made you leave Springfield. You were safe there. You had your family, servants, home, friends.
How could I stay behind? When you started talking about California, those dreams you had.
It still wasn't fair to you and the children.
They're my dreams, too. I have to be a part of everything you do.
Unhook those horses! Let's go! Tie them behind the wagons!
We'd suffered mightily crossing the desert. It took 8 days to reach the springs, and most of us lost all our livestock through exhaustion. We also had to abandon more wagons, and with them valuable supplies.
We don't have that much of a choice, George. Somebody's got to ride ahead to Sutter's Fort, purchase supplies, and bring them back to us.
Boy, there's Indian country up ahead. We'll need every man we have.
I fought Indians, Breen.
I know. You commanded a company in the Black Hawk War.
And I say it's a risk worth taking.
Look, we've got nothing to worry about. We've got plenty of food. Nobody's going to starve.
We lost time, we lost supplies in the desert. They have to be made up.
There's no stopping here, and there's no turning back, even if we wanted to. We don't have the food or the water to face that desert again. Our only choice is to push on and make the best of it. Now, what about it, George?
All right, James. I think that's a good idea. But how do we choose the men? How do we know they'll come back once they're safe on the other side of that mountain? Tell me that.
Mr. Donner, you let me go, I'll give my word I'll be back.
Have a wife to guarantee that, sir? That's one, George.
And I'm another. I got a powerful good reason that'll bring me back. Isn't that right, Mary?
Oh, of course, Charlie. We all want you to come back.
Well, let's get started then.
No one knew how long it would take Stanton and McCutcheon to reach Sutter's Fort and return with supplies. But we did know that we had too little left to turn back. And without additional food, none of us might live to see California.
George, are you all right?
What is it? What happened?
It's the sixth wagon we've lost since we left Fort Bridger.
I've got to go down there and see what's left.
Well, we can't take the time, George.
It's my property.
George, you have other wagons. The rest of us have had to walk away from our belongings. You really want to make everybody wait 5, 6 hours? Maybe another whole day?
Another wagon lost, more supplies gone, and the trail was as tough as ever. In fact, the further we went, the harder it got. Everyone was frustrated, tired, and edgy.
Go on, go on! Get it! Go on there! Go on, go on! Get it! Go on!
You there, move that wagon.
Go!
You can't do it, I'll do it for you.
Come on in, go! Go! I want to give Milton a hand.
I'll get some others.
Get those slow animals out of the way! Hold on there! John! That's enough, John! Leave him alone! Any order? John, stop it! Stop it! John! Get a hold of yourself!
Killed him. I saw you. You're a murderer. Well, Mr. Reed, your gallows is ready. I think that ought to do the trick.
No, first he gets his chance to speak.
Let him talk, Louis.
What's that here? You killed Mr. Snyder in cold blood.
It was self-defense.
It was murder.
Mr. Kaiser, you hold it right there. There's been enough bloodshed, enough anger. You will listen to what my husband has to say.
What are we waiting for? If we were back home, he'd be hanging from a tree by now.
Wait. This is wrong. We're men, not savages. We have rules. We obey laws.
You can't hang him. You can't. Now, I, for one, would settle on banishment.
No, sir. That's too good for him.
Louis, like she said, there's been enough blood today.
All right. All right. You get rid of him, you get rid of the whole bunch. You banish him, you banish the entire family.
You can't do that! You can't make them suffer for something I did. I won't go along with it.
James, don't let it end all here now.
Then do something about this.
Reed, would you be willing to leave if your family were allowed to stay?
Accept, James. For your family's sake.
That's right. That's right. He goes with no gun. He goes with no supplies.
No gun, no food. How far do you think I'll get? George, you can't let them do this!
I have to go with the majority, James. What's been done cannot be undone.
Now, no tears, no tears. You've got to help each other now.
Your pa
I'll be back before you know it.
Daddy, please don't leave. We need you too badly.
You're the oldest, Virginia. You must help your mother.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, honey. My sweet babe.
Gladly go with James more easily than letting you go from me this way.
And the children. Can we risk their safety for our happiness? I swear I'll come back to you. You're still a part of everything I am, everything I do.
Good luck, Mr. Reed.
I don't like this, Bill. Don't like it at all. You'll never make it alive without a gun.
You're right at that.
Here, take this.
Might want to scout a new trail.
Yeah, you just might at that.
Bill, over here.
Food. Water. Primed and loaded.
Thanks, Bill. You've been a good friend.
Don't worry about your family. I'll look after them. Godspeed, James.
As Bill rode off, I knew what I had to do. Somehow I had to reach Sutter's Fort, gather supplies, and return to my family. Without the extra food, I knew they'd never make it across the mountains. The wagon train continued on. The weather turned colder. Soon the Donner Party entered Indian country. Everyone was becoming more and more cautious.
What is it, Louis? The Indians hiding in the woods? Don't laugh at me, you fat old cripple. Your dead weight makes me fall so far behind the others. That's your own greed. Look at all the stuff in the back of your wagon. If these people were your friends, they'd wait for you. Yeah? Well, let's see how many friends you have. Get out of my wagon, or I'll shoot you.
Louis, please.
Get out. Now, maybe I'll move a little bit faster.
Louis, please, I'm an old man. My leg is bad. You promised me. I paid you money.
You got any medicine for the thrush? One of my horses has come down with it.
Where's Hardcoop?
Huh?
Hardcoop.
Oh, he'll be along in a minute. He got out to walk. His leg stiffed up on him.
You put him out of the wagon. Mr. Donner, let me borrow one of your saddle horses. I'll ride back and find Hardcoop and bring him in.
There'll be no necessity for that.
I hate to see a man waste a tired horse for no good reason.
A poor crippled old man's wandering around out there, lost, hungry, needs you.
All my horses are spent. I can't spare one.
You look at me and you tell me that. What is it with you? You all ready to call Reed a murderer? Or what are you? A man who shared your lives, needs you, is out there, needs you. You can't turn your back on him. You can't.
William. William, you can use one of my horses.
I don't understand what's happening, Margaret. You've changed.
We've all changed, William. We've been on this trail too long.
Indians! Come on, men, take cover behind the wagon.
Get back to the wagon. Are you all right?
We're fine. Go help the others.
You've got to help me.
I can't.
For the love of God, woman, take this from me.
I'm not strong enough. I am.
Hold his arm, Virginia.
Yes, Mama. Be still, Mr. Donner.
Hurry, Mary, hurry.
Now
Please,
relax.
Mary. Please. Oh. Mary, hurry.
I'll go help the others. There, you'll be better before you know it.
Pike and Spitzer are dead. 3 others are wounded. We lost most of our cattle.
We're gonna miss them steers. We got little else to eat.
With the game in this area all played out, neither do the Indians. They must be starving to hit us like this.
There's 11 Indians that won't starve to death. We've seen to that.
We better all pray to Stan and McCutcheon get back here real soon. Because we're gonna need what they're bringing us.
Still going after Hardcoop?
Yeah, I have to, Uncle Billy.
Hardcoop! Hardcoop! It's me, Villetti!
What are you doing, Hardcoop? You taking a nap?
Kaiser?
Mama, you hardly knew Mr. Hardcoop.
I was just thinking of your father.
In the 6 days since I'd left the train, I found almost no food. The trail had been nearly impossible to follow, and my exhaustion and starvation had left me close to despair. I could think of nothing else but finding food. Something. Anything to eat.
He won't give you any more trouble, James.
Charlie?
Here, hold this. I can't believe George Donner let him do that to you.
What they did to me is over and done with.
I better get you back to Sutter's Fort.
Never mind about me, you keep going. They were low on food when I left. They're gonna need everything you got on those mules.
Well, I brought all I could, but there's warfare in California. The Mexicans are counterattacking, and the settlers need all the supplies and men they can find. Reed, don't expect me to leave you out on the trail.
I won't let you waste an hour on me. Why isn't McCutcheon with you?
Oh, he's too weak to make the trip. He's back at Fort trying to round up more supplies. When he's ready, he'll come over the mountains.
I need one of your mules. I'll find my way to Sutter's Fort, find McCutcheon, and help him back with the supplies.
James, I can't just ride off and leave you.
Charlie, they need you!
All right, Reed, all right. You win. Put Mr. Reed on your horse and take him back to Sutter's Fort. We'll go on.
So I went on to Sutter's Fort, and Charlie set out to find the train.
Mr. Donner, Uncle Billy, Mary, over here.
Get Stanton. Come on!
Hurry up, let's go!
Come and get it. I got supplies for everybody.
I swear he's alive and well, Miss Margaret. He and Will McCutcheon. He's probably busy up there right now raising more supplies from Sutter's Fort.
Thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.
Thought you were going to be bringing us a lot more than that, Charlie.
I didn't know how desperate you'd be. I brought what I could find.
Looks like a week's rations, maybe. Thin ones at that.
Don't you worry about that. We've got enough to get through.
I don't know. Winter comes early in these mountains. There's already snow in the pass. We should be on our way. Morning. First light.
You don't have mules that have been driven past their limits. They need their rest.
There is rest on the other side of those mountains. And meadows with rich pastures and cool springs.
That may be. I want to be driving live mules, not dragging hides after me.
We're going to spend 2 days here. 2 more days. And it's not only the mules that have been overworked. Now remember that, both of you.
You've done just fine, Charlie. But if you do leave in the morning, you and the Indians can get through that pass before the snows close in.
I know. But I got a big reason for seeing we all get through. It's for you, Miss Mary.
Oh, that's real sweet of you, Charlie.
Shouldn't come as any surprise, Mary.
No, I guess it doesn't.
You know, as soon as we get to California, I'd like to think we should be married.
Well, we aren't in California yet.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the Sierra Nevada mountains, I was gathering supplies at Sutter's Fort.
I can't waste another minute here, Captain Sutter. There's new snows up in the pass.
And new Mexican troops coming into California. The settlers want you to command a company of militia. They consider it your duty.
I know where my duty lies.
There are not enough men in the territory with your military experience.
Captain, let us see our families safely across the mountains, and I'll fight anybody you point me at. Who knows, we might be able to bring you back some volunteers.
You might not even get through. There are new storms coming up.
Then we'd better get moving.
The next day, the storm started, covering the mountains with as much as 10 feet of snow.
Jamie! Jamie! Looks like the storm is getting heavy up there.
Come on, Mac. I want to be on the far side of that mountain before it gets any worse.
The horses and the mules, they can't make it.
All right. We'll take what we can carry, bury the rest, and leave a marker.
Be reasonable, man.
Come on, Mac.
I'm not sure how far we can get.
We'll find out.
On the morning of November 3rd, the wagon train also reached the snow. With every step, their feet sank deeper, and the horses and wagons continually bogged down.
All right. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. Pull. Pull. Get up. Get up. Come on now, get up. Come on, Dan. Get up. Get up.
Charlie Stanton and the Indians were sent ahead to check the trail.
No way to cross that in the wagons. Wait here.
Son, give me a hand here. Come on, together now. Heave. That's the boy. Heave. That sounds good.
Donner, it's no good. The wagons will never make it.
I'm not one for turning back.
Then you'll have to abandon the wagons. I'll scout out the trail. Make sure we can get through.
Stanton and the Indians moved on for the remainder of the day on foot, with just pack horses.
We can't stop now. You're Stanton.
Stanton doesn't have any livestock to lose.
We're risking more than that. Snow's gonna get a lot worse.
A warm campfire, a good night's sleep. It won't get any deeper in the morning.
It won't, huh?
McCutcheon and I had almost reached the summit, but it was cold. We were exhausted, and the air was so thin, breathing took as much effort as the climbing did. But one thought kept me going. My family. My family was on the other side of that mountain.
Over here. Over here. Hey, you'll rest here, Jimmy. You'll rest here. We gotta keep moving.
Then you go alone. I'm not the fool you are, James Reed. Hey, man, it won't work. James, it won't work. James! James! Come back!
I was alive, barely, and McCutcheon began to dig me out. We couldn't go on. We had to return to Sutter's Fort. The next morning, Charlie Stanton was hoping to lead the Donner Party through the pass and into California.
More snow than ever. Let's go back. last night. Now we can't move. We have to turn back.
All right. We'll wait maybe an hour or two, or maybe even tomorrow.
It's only gonna get worse.
It started to snow again. For a solid week, storm after storm fell upon the mountain, and it was soon obvious that the Donner Party would move no further until spring. Though desperately short of food, they built cabins to protect themselves against the coming winter, and gathered what supplies and game they could find.
Any luck, William?
Afraid not, Miss Margaret. Animals doing the same as us. Holding up for the winter.
You haven't seen Virginia or Lem Murphy, have you? They've been gone since morning looking for roots.
I'll see what I can find.
Lem! We're not gonna eat that. It may be all we have for some time. Come on, we better go.
Virginia! Lem!
Lead the way, Cat.
Not too close.
It's all right. He's dead.
Looks like we're gonna have some fresh meat for supper.
I can't wait till February or March to try again, Captain Sutter. That's 3-4 months.
Jamie, what's it gonna take? We've been lucky to get as far as we did. Nothing can move through snow so deep.
Enough men carrying packs on their back can make it.
Then you will still have to wait, Captain Reed. The kind of men you need, they're fighting the Mexican army at Yerba Buena with Stockton and at Monterey with Fremont.
And that's where I'll go. Jamie, are you ready to ride, Mac?
Days had passed, and the supplies got lower, and the situation became more desperate. Uncle Billy Graves decided it was time to take some positive action.
Now, you make him tell you what he's doing, Charlie. Uncle Billy won't tell me.
You just have to puzzle it out for yourself, girl.
I've seen them before, Virginia. Where I grew up in New York, the Indians called them walk on snow.
Well, in Vermont, we call them snowshoes. They're going to fetch us out of here and over that mountain. With a pair of these, a man can move across the snow. He won't sink into the drifts.
Or what? To get up on the mountains and freeze to death? I'll take you, no. Here I stay where I can keep warm.
Out here, you'll stay and starve to death. Not me. I'm going. And I'll make snowshoes for as many as want to come with me.
And I'm gonna help you.
It was 10 days before Uncle Billy finished making his snowshoes. But not everyone would make the journey. Some were too old, others too weak, and there were those who thought it might be suicide. One of the families to stay behind was my own.
Mom, please, can't we go?
Virginia, we've been over it. The children are too small. I can't leave them. Now, if you want to try to make it over the mountain, I can't stop you.
No, Mama. I'll stay with you and the others.
Graves, I wish you wouldn't go through with it.
Save your breath, George. You said it all, and I'm going.
No, just a minute. You may have these others buffaloed, but not me. Those contraptions, they're never going to work. You're going to get stuck in the snow. And one more thing, Graves. You're old enough to know better.
Yep, I'm old enough, and I want to get older. Only way I see is to make a run at that mountain.
All right, Charlie.
You and your Indians know the way, so why don't you lead off?
All right, here we go. Be careful. Good luck.
So long,
See you. Radio.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And take care of yourselves.
And they were off. As the 17 snowshoers began the long, dangerous crossing on foot, the others returned to the cabins. One week later, I finally located Fremont's camp near Monterey, California.
Reed, believe me, I don't want to turn you down. In Fremont, all I need are 12 men. Even 9 or 10. I don't have that many men to spare, much less the horses and food you need. If we can make it through the spring campaign. Spring? That's 3 months too long. By then, my family could be dead. We could all be dead, Reed. General Pico and the Mexicans have us on the defensive. Until he took command, we had a chance. He's only one man. He can't make that much difference. But he does. He's the one real soldier they have. Eliminate General Pico and we'll end this war in a matter of days. I might just take you up on that, Captain. Come on, Mac.
Now where are you going?
To find General Pico.
On the other side of the mountain, the snowshoers pushed on.
I want you to spread out
Watch out where you put your feet on the ice. Okay?
Charlie! Charlie, look out! Charlie!
Hey, not too close. Be in there with him.
Charlie! I'm throwing your rope! I can't see!
Snow blinded. No, stop, Louis. We need someone lighter. Mary, you'll have to crawl.
Grab the rope!
Where is it?
It's to your left!
Wrap it around yourself, Charlie!
Hold on, Charlie!
All the way.
Man needs some dry clothing, pants, shirt, anything. Man gets that wet in this cold, he's gonna die. All right. Here. Take him. I'll get him back when he's dead.
For the love of heaven, woman, this place stinks like a tannery.
And well it might, Patrick Breen. For it's mule hides now we'll be starting on.
Have we come to that?
Aye, we are that desperate. So the sooner you get used to the taste, the better off we'll all be.
The taste, perhaps. The smell, never.
How nice of you to drop in, Mrs. Pope. The General and I are honored. Would you have some custard? And how is the President these days? Is he well? That's better, Senator. Now we may begin. This is my special recipe.
Custard. Where'd you get that?
Mr. Breen, please, Mama's cups.
Why, it's snow. Snow you've been eating.
Please, sir. We didn't mean any harm. We were just playing.
Sorry. Here. This'll go fine with your custard.
Thank you, Mr. Breen.
That's the last of the meat.
Enjoy it while you can, ma'am. I don't think we'll find a butcher shop up here in the mountains.
Let me help you.
We don't all have to starve to death. There is something we can do.
Come closer to the fire, Charlie. You can warm yourself.
I'll never be warm again.
They didn't know it, but Bill Eddy and the others had camped only a few yards away from where Will McCutcheon and I had abandoned our supplies only a few weeks before.
Go on, Mary.
We can't just sit here, Charlie. You won't catch up with us.
I'm fine.
Charlie, please.
Go along with the others, Mary. You don't need to worry about me.
It had taken me 12 days of searching throughout Northern California, but on December 20th, I found it.
Well, what do you see?
Just what we're looking for.
Have you seen enough yet? Enough to know I better take a closer look.
Closer? Are you daft?
You tell me, Mac. The sooner we help stop this fighting, the sooner Fremont will give us the men and supplies we need to go back over the mountain. Now, what about it?
All right, Jamie. I'll wait for you. Relájate, soldado. Te lo mereces. Todos lo merecen. Vamos a descansar aquí un día o dos antes de vencer a Fremont. ¿Ah? Suerte.
It was Pico, all right. Now I just needed a plan to convince Fremont to give me the men I'd need. The needs at the cabin were more critical than mine, for they had finally run out of food.
I wondered where he'd got to.
What are you doing, Mr. Breen?
Look at him. Still some meat on him now, ain't there?
Me? What are you talking about, Mr. Breen? Mother? No, you can't mean it. I beg you, Mr. Breen, please, please. Mr. Breen, no, please. Oh, Mama, don't let him.
Don't blame Mr. Breen, my poor darling. I asked him to do it.
You can sit right here, Father.
You'll be warmer in a minute now. Well, I may be warmer, but I'll still be hungry.
Kaiser said it. We don't have to go hungry.
I don't see Charlie.
Why don't you take your place by the fire?
You saved 2 places for us, Mary.
Bill, Charlie won't be coming in tonight. Mama, can I have a piece of that strawberry tart you made? Cream is so thick. Daddy, those hoarfrost candies, can I have one? Sarah? That you, Sarah? Can you smell what Mama's cooking? Can you?
Up with you now, they're here! Hey, man, they're here, they're waiting for us! They have food! Can you not see them? Man, can't you hear the laughter? Can't you see the banging of the cubs? Patrick! No!
Be careful of him, Bill.
Look, there's Captain Sutter and Mr. Hastings. And look, there's James Reed.
Patrick. Patrick. It's all right. It's all right, Patrick. Patrick. Come on back.
No! No! Stay away! Stay away! No! No! Come back! No! No! You're gonna freeze to death!
Let him go! We need somebody to relight the fire. Here, let me hold you, Father.
I won't make the night.
Hush! You'll be fine.
No. You must promise me.
No, here, Daddy. I'll make you walk. You'll feel better.
Alive. I can do no more for you. When I'm gone, I can give you strength. I can be your food.
I won't listen.
Yes, listen, you'll listen. You'll do it. You just live. My body, use it.
No, Pa, we can't.
I'll curse you to the end of time if you don't obey me. You must be strong. You must survive. My body can make it possible.
Oh, God. Oh, God, forgive me, Pa. I'll do it.
Mary?
He'll be warmer now.
Hand me your knife, Bill. We have something we can cook over the fire now.
No, we can't.
It was what he wanted. Do you think I thought of this myself?
Well, I've thought a little else these last few days. Would you care to use my knife?
We're not animals, we're human beings!
We have to live, William.
No! I'll do it for you.
Well, I think I'll go look for Dolan's body.
The date was December 25th, 1846. So far, 5 people had starved to death.
Look, children, I have a surprise for you. I've been saving this just for Christmas. We're going to have a special feast, just like old times.
Mama? When Daddy was with us, we always sang Christmas songs.
Yes, yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sing Christmas songs. Come on, children. Silent night, holy night. Sing! All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
The knapsacks were full again. There was food for the snowshoers. And for some, tremendous guilt.
I guess we can get moving now.
Because of what we did, we can go on.
I kept trying to tell myself that.
Bill, please. We did what we had to do.
What's the matter, Eddie? You don't want to carry it? Well, I don't mind.
Milt Elliott is dead.
It won't be easy burying him in this frozen ground. Or just cover him with snow.
I didn't intend to bury Milt.
I'm not sure I know what you're saying, Mrs.
I think you do, Patrick. You have 5 suffering children. I have 4.
It's a mortal sin you're speaking of.
It's a mortal sin to turn my back on my children. Any children. I need your help, Mr. Breen. With you or without you, the deed will be done.
For the love of heaven, Patrick Breen, help the woman. You can't leave her to do it herself.
You won't. They abandoned us. They left early this morning.
Bondic.
Jay? 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 Jay?
Sorry, Sarah.
No. No, Jay! Sarah. Sarah, come with me. Sarah. Sarah, you know what we have to do. You do it, Mary. I feel better.
Give me 6 men. 6 men with McCutcheon and myself, and I'll give you General Pico.
You don't really think you can pull this off, Reed?
I was as close to Pico as I am to you. I know how to get in, and I can get out. And I think you can spare me 6 men to give it a try.
I can spare 5. I'm going with you. Sergeant, we're riding with Captain Reed.
Hundreds of miles to the east of me, the snowshoers had run out of food again.
Salvador and Louis, well, them Indians won't get too far. And you know, that serves them right leaving us behind the way they did.
They don't want nothing to do with us.
Well, good. We won't have to share with them.
Share what?
Him. We kill one of them, we can go on. You know that McCutcheon woman? She's been holding us out the whole time. I hate her. Let's let it be her, all right? All right, not her. What about Mary or Mrs. Fosdick? They're not even mothers. They're not even wives.
Hang on, listen to this.
Wait a minute. Don't tell them. You weakling.
You animal. Traitor.
We can take care of ourselves. To kill you.
I can't let it come to this. I gotta stop him.
On January 16th, we were ready to attack General Pico. Our plan was to sneak in at night when most of the troops would be asleep. All right, remember now, we have to take Pico alive.
Cortaremos sus fuerzas en hierbabuena. Y entonces convertiremos nuestra atención hacia el sur. ¿Verdad? ¿Bien? Cuando lleguen nuestros jinetes, atacaremos a los americanos aquí en Santa Clara. Get out of these horses.
Climb up and gag. Well, Captain? I'll keep my end of the bargain. You'll get everything you need.
I now had the men and supplies I needed, and it would just be a matter of time before I'd be back with my family.
Virginia, come back into the cabin. I don't want you to be sick.
I suddenly remember, 5-6 weeks ago in the big storm, I saw Mr. Breen's horse around here.
You spent the last 10 days avoiding me. My dearest, you can't keep it up.
But if we can find the horse, there'll still be meat on her. We can have that to eat.
We aren't going to find Mr. Breen's horse. We aren't going to shoot any more game. There aren't any more roots to eat. There aren't even any more hides to boil.
I'm afraid, Mama.
Afraid? Afraid to live?
Papa will hate us. He won't want to come back to us.
We kept ourselves alive for him. It was the one promise we could make to each other. Hate us? My darling, how could he hate us?
For what we did.
For what we had to do. Now, Virginia, don't you ever forget this. I wanted you children to live.
What about now? Do we spend our time waiting for somebody else to die? What do we do now, Mama?
We pray. We pray your father, Mr. Eddie, somebody gets back to us while we're still alive. Oh.
It was February 5th. I'd gathered all the supplies I could at Sutter's Fort and was headed into the mountains. Then, I saw Bill and Mary. It's all right, Bill. The Indians are with me.
Mary! Mary!
That looks pretty good, doesn't it? There. Look, Patty. Do you see? Over there by the trees. Up there by the trees.
On February 15th, I was reunited with my family. When we left Fort Bridger, there had been 87 of us. By the time we reached California, there were only 45 men, women, and children still alive. They only survived because of what they did. We wondered how others would judge us. But the men and women of America knew that we only did what we had to do. Only Kaiser was tried for his crime of murder. The rest of us could go on and live out our lives in California.
Dos povos da floresta nos fala de amor.